And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and nebbies, for the start of our Varsity Overwatch here at Valpo Esports. I'm your host, Diadem. I'm here with my co-host.
GM.
And today we're going to be taking on Cleveland State University. We can take a quick look at the rosters, actually, just to get a look at our starting five here. We're going to be moving Atlas, Lycabus, Fusic, Meepo, and NH Cool
We
Stuff.
popped up the wrong. We actually popped up Academy Overwatch, Varsity Overwatch. They're playing right now.
Bang,
I think
there
they've
we
got
go.
a lead right now, actually. A little sneak peek, but there we go. Fusic, Atlas, Lycabus, Meepo, and NH Cool Stuff. We got two Overwatch rosters. That's our only team, so apologize for the confusion there. But looks like we're getting into this one, and it's actually going to be Samoa as our first map, which is something we haven't seen yet this year
Yeah, I mean,
at all.
I know that we've seen Academy Overwatch on Samoa as well.
Have we? Did we?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I
But,
lied to you then. Sorry.
No, it's fine. But pretty much, we've seen a couple of our teams scrim this and practice this as well. I know that rollouts are, obviously the biggest thing in this game. It looks like you're going to trade side for side. Valpo opting to try and just get on point immediately, give away a little bit of the high ground, try to just play delayed here. But this is a big game for Varsity Overwatch, if I'm correct here, as Atlas walks up to the trade, has the bubble, going to be able to back off a little bit. You have Atlas on Reaper, Lycabus on Genji, Fusic on Zarya, Meepo on Kiriko, and then NH Cool Stuff on the Lucio, just like you expect. They're going to walk up a little bit. Both Zaryas are kind of charged. They're going to try and flank around the backside, though. Atlas is going to be the first for the fall, though. A couple of headshots is going to be able to take him down, and now Valpo is playing with a 4v5 onto this point. Reflect not going to be able to land anything. You're at 75% charge for Fusic, but he's going to have to back up if you don't have the numbers. Both Lucio's getting pretty active. I mean, we've seen Lucio be extremely strong as like a main support in a lot of teams, so I don't see like any reason why to swap up the comp here, but Valpo kind of just falling down one by one. You get traded out, right? Obviously, you get that first pick, and then Zarya full beam is just going to run you down, especially if you don't have the team support for that. And a lot of your tank killing is going to come out of Atlas, so an early pick like that is really rough to try and play with. But obviously, early in the match, right, only 21% on the board. You're going to have early bubble popped, and Reaper, you're going to have to force Wraith out, which is nice because you can kind of step up with that. You have the speed buff from Lucio as well. Now you're going to be able to walk up Atlas and Lycabus. Both DPS coming to the right side, try to look for any kind of pick. Lycabus falling a little bit low. Same for Atlas. They're going to have to play slow. CSU is playing really defensive, especially around this corner, and that Sojourn E is just going to be huge for trapping them right there. Lycabus going to be the first to fall as well. Fusic then dying again. They just cannot break this. They're not finding any picks with a lot of the damage that they have. It feels like they're just kind of not a lot of their targets are not being focused right now, so I feel like they're trading out and nobody is falling extremely low. While a lot of CSU is kind of focusing, especially that Sojourn E over the wall is really, really nasty. But you're just going to see the gates immediately open for the side of CSU as they're going to try and get the front hand here before Valpo can pop any of the ults. Fusic falling down 11 health here. Doesn't have much healing until there. Yeah, Meepo had to duck away for a moment, but going to be able to get right back. Atlas also doesn't fall, so they survived the gates 70%. CSU kind of got what they wanted, though. They kept their position and they keep the percentage on point. But you have all 6 ults coming up for Valpo. Lycabus the only one with it out, but obviously a couple of headshots especially landed here. Reaper just trying to take a little bit of space, not going to be able to find it. You still have Lycabus in the back line, and a huge ult coming from Fusic. The beat drop comes from both sides, trying to keep them alive. Lycabus is trying to keep everybody up. The reflect on the Death Blossom, the push away is going to be huge, but Lycabus steps too far up, and he's not going to get the time to pop ult. Atlas's ult is also down as well. The gates are going to be open, but it's so late at this point. CSU is just running them down. Sojourn pops ult, gets a shot, and Valpo finishing 100-0. CSU being able to take that point without Valpo getting a single percentage.
Yeah, I mean, once they grabbed that point, it was pretty rough to break back in, especially with essentially a mirror comp. So, anything you can do, they can just mirror it in reverse. The only difference being the Genji and the Sojourn. But I think Sojourn can kind of put down a little more damage, into a tank than what a Genji is going to be able to do. Genji, like a bus, trying to find those back ways in, but with a team that's communicating and the ability for Lucio and Kiriko to move, it's going to be a little harder to find anything in the back. Gonna actually see Hamster come out of CSU, which is interesting off of how well it went.
This is a really nice Hamster point. I'm going to be honest. Hamster If you go ball on this point, it's huge because you just have a lot of angles to play with. As you can see, he's already hiding under point, right? Like you have Fusick as well with Hazard, so you kind of have the same idea, just less independent. I feel like you trade your independence for a lot of damage. As you're going to see Atlas immediately insecting and pulling out Genji there for the first pick, and now we have already changed the tempo of this. As Fusick gets the second one, a quick right click right there is going to be 3 down. That's 4 down. Atlas and Fusick both with double kills. All that's left is Wrecking Ball on point, and that's immediately going to be a quick capture. I like this. You swap it up, you have the damage, and we focus, right? We saw the Genji on the left side. You send Hazard and Atlas. You send Hazard and a Venture towards him. You immediately take him out, and it kind of leaves Ball a bit stranded there because he doesn't have the disruption that you need. Because you're not really, any more threat on the front side. As Atlas immediately going to dash in, going to have to just jump down for a little bit of healing. Fusick also getting chunked out. You have to be careful with your cooldowns here. You're kind of getting caught out on the right. Lycabus still holding on the left, though. You have to face this Lucio Genji, which is kind of disgusting, but I mean, what can you do, right? That's how strong this comp is, and it's the reason why Valpo runs it so much, is it's just such a nasty duo for diving. And Wooyoung here on NH Cool Stuff, the swap from Lucio, is actually going to be huge for trying to disengage this ball off of Meepo here. Meepo staying alive a little bit. The peel from Wooyoung going to be huge, and Meepo returns it right back as Atlas gets the first pick. They are going to trade NH Cool Stuff, but Atlas gets a double kill, and then the dash here is almost going to finish off the third for Genji. Genji going to be forced to the back, and Atlas just a monster on the Venture right now. A complete shift change from last round. 8 eliminations already because he had 0, I think, last round.
Maybe 1 at maximum, but I mean, he has been the key to this, and that Venture ult, it's going to be first thing to come online here. We're going to see the Cassidy switch to maybe hopefully land a concuss here onto the Venture or the Hazard and slow them down, but I'm not sure it's going to really matter. Venture going in, here comes the Hazard as well after the jump out of the ground.
Fusick's just really deep though, yeah.
Really low.
It's going to be 3. Your healers got dove in the back. Lycabus is at least going to be able to trade 1. They're going to be able to push Ball off this site. You have to be careful though, you don't step up too far as Genji, but immediately Wooyoung ult comes in, going to be able to try and knock down Kiriko, the dash in, but if Wooyoung ult pops before you get the dash off, 5 health left, as Shamwall finishes off that kill. Wooyoung still in the back line trying to stay alive, but I think this Valpo fight is a bit scuffed. The gates are going to open because Fusick is back on the fight, and they are immediately re-engaging. Meepo finding the first kill. Nebby is going to be able to trade out, but I feel like this fight is in your favor now. You just have to play around this ball. The ball on point is going to zone a lot, but Meepo is just getting active in the backline. The immediate dash in going to be able to save NH Cool Stuff, and Fusick is still sitting on ult. You have the beat dropped out from the side of CSU and the gate, so that's both support ults. You can wait it out. Yeah, you have Hazard ult now to try and trap. Now that the gates are ult, you're not going to be able to land it, but you at least push them off point for Atlas to come in with ult as well. Get a lot of damage. Nobody's falling to either side's ult, but finally Fusick's able to get 1 in the backline, gets the second one. Atlas finishes off the third, and Valpo going to be able to win this fight out again. The capture did go to CSU, so they are chunking out percentage during this whole fight, so it's positive for them, but at 99% does it really matter. Genji is just looking to try and tap for overtime to refresh this on point, but he cannot stay alive for long there. The splash damage from Atlas is going to be huge. Wrecking Ball going to be able to dash on point. You have the shield here, and they are just staggering like crazy because that's all you can do at this point. The Cassidy ult popped on point, but it's not even going to be able to fire off. All that's left is the ShamWow, and that's going to be a finished off fight for Valpo. 99% turning it back. It's going to be 1-1 going into the third point of Samoa.
Yeah, much better composition there for Valpo. Running the mirror matchup, when we see them both play Zarya, I feel like it never really goes that well. Anyways, Fusick is a lot better on those tanks where you mentioned is a little more self-sufficient. You know, we see him play the hamster, we see him play, D.Va, who's got some in and out ability to kind of sustain for yourself as well as Hazard. So I like the switch up. We're going to actually see D.Va come out of CSU as well as Freya, which can go crazy if you are hitting, but that's pretty much what it relies on. If you're not hitting anything, Freya is going to be a bit of a useless character with not being able to build up that ult charge over and over.
Yeah, I mean they're looking to burst, right? Like that's their whole plan right now with Freya. Freya has a lot more burst that can follow up on Venture Dive, right? And Valpo's been having a lot of success playing with Venture Dive, so I feel like you can kind of trade it, and you can see right there, Atlas just gets immediately blown up. Two quick right clicks, and then a dash up is going to be able to finish that. Although Fusick is at least going to be able to trade Venture for Venture. Both Ventures falling down, so it is going to be an even shot. And then Fusick gets another one, Lycabus finishing off the third one, and Valpo has immediately turned this fight. They have just made the correction that they needed to. I mean, the first swap was enough to get them off of the champs that they were struggling with. And then the moment CSU swaps, like a bus opens up, right? Like they have to focus Atlas because Atlas was doing insane last game, and the moment he does that, like a bus steps up and is able to finish that off with Fusick. So you can kind of see both DPS starting to put it together now, and you pair that with NH Cool Stuff swapping to Wooyoung, who is really well suited for Samoa, and especially into like the comps that you're facing right now. I feel like he is one of the strongest supports in the game, and he's one of the few like supports that can be played as a main support. So you put him in the backline, I feel like we're chilling. But you have the D.Va on the left side. Fusick's still trying to play up. You have to be careful you don't get split. They're trying to keep Atlas off of this backline by just focusing with D.Va, but immediately going to get the dash up, and that's going to be a kill right there. Atlas with the double kill. NH Cool Stuff throws a water ball over the top and scores 2 kills, and all that's left is D.Va again on point, and Valpo with another clean fight. You can see they're just waiting to kill D.Va here to stagger. Really nice stagger right there. Now they're going to be getting an extra 10% off that.
Yeah, you see D.Va still hasn't even respawned. Still have to wait. Just now comes up. D.Va a little faster. Going to have Lucio to pull him back in with the speed. But, I mean, that's going to be 60% now for Valpo. And they have to try to break through this initial choke, which Fusick has been doing a great job of diving in and out and holding.
Like a bus. Like a bus gets the Wooyoung ult, can be able to knock off one. They're going to look for the pick on Venture here in the backline. Not enough damage though, but Atlas is being able to finish it off. NH Cool Stuff also with the snipe on Freya. 2 DPS are down for the side of CSU, and they're just forced back again. They are just not finding the picks with their comp that they want. Yeah, there's the swap up. The Venture was just not working for them, so they got to swap it up to Reaper. I feel like they were playing pretty strong on Reaper as well, especially with how much of a presence Fusick is showing in a lot of these matches. The gates are immediately going to open up for both sides here, and they're going to push around the corner. Atlas trying to look to the left here. Maple still sitting in the back. You have the quick cleanse right there, but the ult is going to be huge. Cleanses off like 3 of them. The beat drop as well is going to be able to keep them alive. Wooyoung ult in the backline, or excuse me, not Wooyoung ult in the backline. You have Genji ult in the backline. Going to be able to pick off one. You trade 1 for 1 here. The D.Va ult's going to try and just remech. Toucan gets the pick on like a bus. You're going to be falling down. You are fighting a 3v4 here for the side of Valpo. It's going to be a 3v2 now, and all that's left is Fusick and another Meepo on point. You at least are sitting on 99% with overtime, so you're kind of just delaying as much as you can. If you can force out any more resources right now, it's big. You just have to make sure you don't stagger. Meepo just waiting for a swift step, but there we go. 7 health left, almost not a teammate there, but going to be able to get back out. And Valpo giving away the first capture at this point, but all ultimates going to be used for both sides. So I feel like you're not in too bad of a spot. I just feel like one more win fight and you got this.
Yeah, that's really all you need, because even if it does go into the overtime, it's going to get staggered, and it's going to be very hard for CSU to get their entire team there. Fusick choosing to go full left, looking to just dive around behind and completely ignore the Reaper and D.Va, and apparently they haven't realized they're standing back there.
Yeah, you just snipe out with Wooyoung and you're immediately going to get that enough. Fusick has a huge jump angle just to get in this backline. You see how much disruption. The cleanse is only going to keep you alive for so long. You get off 2 kills from that. Toucan's at least going to be able to trade 1, and D.Va diving in the backline, but D.Va doesn't take out NH Cool Stuff, and that's the fight that they need. That should be game. I feel like with the ults that you have now, you take out Lucio, here's the capture, and then that should be match. Overtime ticking down here, and Valpo going to be able to win this Samoa map 2-1. After a pretty dominant round from CSU first, they made the correction that they needed, and they were able to move into round 2 and 3 with an extremely strong performance. As we take a look at the play of the game here, our spectator loves to just watch, but like a bus. Okay, I like it. Atlas was popping up, but we saw the this is probably that round 2. Yeah, round 2, like a bus was able to just open up a little bit here, and then round 3 just showed off. I really felt like our DPS played extremely strong this match, but obviously really strong performance as well from Fusick. I feel like when you're pulling that much attention that they have to swap back to Reaper for you, right? When your DPS are already doing well diving backline, which Reaper is not good at covering, right? I feel like that's a great thing, and that should be a compliment to you.
Yeah, I'm glad the Valpo didn't stay stale and didn't try to ram their head into a wall with the Zarya pick there in game number 2 after they kind of tried to wait it out in game number 1. But with that being said, we're going to take a short little break here as we wait for the bans and stuff to go through into game number 2. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back when that game 2 is starting up.
All right, so we're here in the Chapel of Resurrection.
And fun fact, the chapel here at Valpo is the largest collegiate chapel in the United States.
Wow. So here at Valpo, there's a lot of ways to worship. In fact, there's 8 ways to worship every week. We have 5 services Monday through Friday called morning prayer, where we take 20 minutes out of our morning.
And then on Wednesday nights, we have Celebrate, which is a student-led service, a little bit more contemporary. We have live music, and then our Pastor Jim and Deaconess Kristen give a little bit of a sermon. That's personally my favorite one. And then we have Sunday morning prayer, which is a traditional Lutheran service, and then we have Sunday candlelight at night, and that's singing hymns, and it's all done in candlelight, super beautiful service. You don't have to be Lutheran to come here, though. We are a very welcoming community. We accept people of all different faiths and backgrounds.
We have our giant organ here, which, believe it or not, has 5,500 pipes. Well, the fact that you need to use both your feet and then also play on 4 rows of keys, that in and of itself is pretty awesome.
It's not just used as a place of worship. There are tons of things that go on in here.
Yeah, so anything from opening convocation, where we're welcoming the freshmen into our community, to concerts.
Martin Luther King Day celebrations, awesome stuff goes on in here.
Right.
And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, for the start of our Map 2 of this Varsity Overwatch versus CSU. Map 2, we're going to be going into Kings Row hybrid map. Valpo being able to win off the first one. They're going to be on defense first, it looks like. So swapping over here, we're going to see Atlas, Lycabus, Fusic, Meepo, and it's cool stuff. Still, same roster that you expect. Atlas and Lycabus going to be on Reaper and Genji, which is the duo that we've seen them a lot of times play before. I know that Reaper didn't work out too well in the first map, but I feel like Kings Row is a lot more suited for him rather than Samoa. So I feel Atlas is going to feel a little bit better playing that out. And then for the side of CSU, we're going to have Sojourn, Widowmaker, D.Va, and then Kiriko Mercy backline, which Mercy, being a main healer, we don't really see often, but obviously having the numbers and having the range, the big thing about Kings Row that kind of opens up Mercy is the verticality of it, right? If you can get up, especially because you have Widowmaker who likes to take high angles, your mobility is 9 times better than a lot of other supports on this map. So you're going to see Fusic on D.Va in the D.Va mirror, going to be backed up a little bit. With Zarya banned, D.Va is kind of just free to take. Atlas immediately going to TP up top to this Widowmaker, try to get a little bit active because Cross and Clover already has the first pick of the match, and it's cool stuff falling down to a headshot there. Atlas looking to try and trade something up. Both are falling down low in the backline. Lycabus is going to drop. Fusic at least going to be able to trade one, but Valpo is at a 3v4 disadvantage. You do have NECC cool stuff coming back to this point now, though, so Atlas immediately going to get the aggressive TP right here. Going to Wraith mode to just cancel the reload and then bounce back, and it's cool stuff walking right with them, going to be able to take that kill. It is rough because when you go kill for kill here, obviously attacking is always going to be favored with the short kind of respawn that you have, so sure. Atlas is trying to just make as many people stagger as he can. He's just controlling this inner kind of house right there, but Lycabus is back. Has to be careful it doesn't get soloed out instantly. They're going to have to try and retake after this first checkpoint, or not even after first checkpoint. It looks like Valpo's back already. They're going to trade out. Widowmaker kind of dropping down, going to fall really low. Atlas already with the ultimate, going to be able to find two drop for Valpo as well, though. They're going to be able to at least trade out, so you have to play a little bit carefully. Fusic gets the third one. Valpo finally winning out this fight, but ShamWow trades again, so another one where you're going to have to be playing staggered. All that's left is Atlas and Fusic on point. You do have Fusic ult coming up here, so you at least have a remake to stall a little bit with their team, but yeah, you just have to wait and try to get some kind of pick in the back line. You are going to have to swap from Widowmaker to Cassidy, and then you also have Sojourn, you have Sojourn picked up as the second DPS here, and now you can play. First checkpoint is hit. The gates are open for CSU. They're going to look to try and fight this. Atlas on the left side. You have Remake from Fusic. You have the pick out on Cassidy as well. Cassidy falling really, really low. The hindrance is going to be just enough. Lycabus going to be able to take that first kill. The beat is dropped for both teams. The gate is open. You're going to Remake for Fusic. Hopping back in, is able to get in the same Remake for CSU as well. We're going ult for ult here, but Fusic just immediately trades out one. Going to have to fall out of mech trying to find the Sojourn kill here. D.Va is going to trade Lucio kill as well. We're literally seeing two mirrored fights right now because both people are taking both kills. Toucan is going to trade it out though, and CSU is going to win it. Atlas, only person left alive right now on this point and going to fall right there. And CSU, after a dragged out fight, is going to be able to cap this payload. 4 minutes left on the clock after this cap.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bit of like the Matrix. Like, everything was identical there. It was kind of hard to follow because like every ult got popped and it was all identical ults, and they were just having a back and forth. CSU, though, like you said, had that closer spawn, so it's not unexpected here that Valpo kind of lost that after the trades came out.
Yeah.
But we aren't going to really see any swaps after that either. Valpo's still going to stick with the same composition, which I think is fine. I think you don't get an arrow in head after that one.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of things as well is you have these ults right here. It's Lycabus immediately going to pop the ult in the backline, gets bounced off, but Fusic is right there with the rockets to be able to finish that off, and that's going to be a 4K for this team off the blade. So huge for just getting your momentum back because you didn't blow any other ultimates, right? Like, you have beat still, you have ult advantage. D.Va's falling low, you're not going to be able to stagger at least a little bit.
I think you just don't want to, or does D.Va get mech back when she walks into spawn?
No.
No, I think that was the reason to try and
Yeah, you just kind of, you get a lot of charge, right, from just kind of falling down. As immediately the Castillo walks up, the Cleanse is going to try and keep him alive right there. He's going to at least step up with the bump. It's going to be huge. Lycabuzz gets caught in the back, though. He's going to fall to the Deadeye, and Atlas gets bumped away after the Death Blossom. Just two bad timings right there. Fusic is at least going to be able to trade that, but Atlas falls off. You get the remech as well from the side of CSU, so they have the advantage for this, as you're going to see D.Va immediately push to the supports in the backline with no DPS available. Fusic also falling low. You're going to try and get that heal, but Toucan finds the right click, and now Valpo is fallen again. They just one badly timed ult right there, and Lycabuzz falling to the Cassidy ult is just huge. I mean, like, obviously you can't predict Lucio gonna jump around the side and boop you, but it's like counting cooldowns is just unlucky on one of those sides, which is big on CSU. So now you have to try and play this kind of weird angle from the top side. You're going to have the gates open immediately for both sides. CSU is going to have the first gates open, so theirs is going to drop first. Valpo getting really, really aggressive here. Fusic jumping in the backline. A lot of damage going off, and you're going to look to try and demech that D.Va. They're going to drop beam, drop ult, in beat. I combined the two words there. Trying to just save anybody. It is going to work, at least. They are going to back up, so you don't stagger anybody, and the fight isn't kind of like lost yet, but Valpo kind of has the advantage now, knowing that you have support advantage, right? Because that beat kind of, CSU was going to hold it over their heads until you drop next offensive ult. Here comes the same repeat situation. Cassidy's going to walk up with ult. You have D.Va and you have Cleanse. Try and keep him alive. So 1 second off. He's not going to be able to find the shot, though. So that is a D.Va. That is an ult out. And now they're going to try and punish on Atlas. They do get the punish, but you are going to trade a DPS. Fusic going to have to dash back onto point because two fall for the side of Valpo. You're kind of just split on this fight because you have D.Va bomb. And it's going to force them off because they're just going to try and capture this. Remech coming from D.Va on objective. Fusic also going to have to pop ult after getting two in the backline. But, I mean, they just pushed it to checkpoint. So fight is way too split for Valpo, and they're going to be able to get this. They have to try and reconvene on this, but now with the extended spawn, I think Valpo is in a rough spot to try and fight this, especially with NECC stuff falling. Obviously, we saw the Wu Yang working last round, but Wu Yang is banned this ult, which also, you know, we talked about with the Zarya ult, with the Zarya being banned. Zarya and Wu Yang being banned means these two comps are kind of just exactly what you want to play into each other, but Valpo is just not finding the picks that they want to out of their DPS, and now you're going to pop the Death Blossom knowing that D.Va's kind of running low, but you're not going to be able to find anything. You do get the right click, though, with the death triggers, and that's going to be able to get the first kill. Lycabuzz gets the second one, Fusic finds the third one, and they're getting the fourth one in the back line. D.Va also falls in the back, and so that's going to be a clean team kill for Valpo. Only Death Blossom used, which is great because you're going to be a little bit low on ult economy, right? You're going to be one ult down pretty much after Cassidy pokes out a little bit here at the start of this match. At the start of this fight. So they will, not having Cassidy ult means they're not going to be able to walk up with Cassidy ult for a little bit, especially if Meepo finds a quick click there. Going to be able to take out Cassidy, delay them a little bit longer. That's going to be huge because you have a minute left on the clock for CSU for this final point, and you're not past first corner. Right, you're not past second corner, you're past first corner, but you don't have that kind of vantage point in the top right that you'd like to play with, especially with a lot of ultimates that you have here. You know, Cassidy and Sojourn both, Cassidy can't get up top, but Sojourn can, so you're going to have gates open for both sides here. We've seen this many times before. Mirrored gates is going to be huge, and Meepo finds another clutch pick there. The ult not going to be able to use because Sojourn just pops it and then dies immediately. Cross and Clover is going to get the first kill, though. Open it up, turn it into a 4v4. D.Va falling really low, though. Doesn't have Matrix. Going to have to use ult to remake. Fusic blocks the Cassidy ult. A lot of CSU's ults are just being used right now, so if Valpo doesn't fall to any weird picks, they have the advantage. Right, you have the ult advantage now because you went ult for ult and then they traded two more ults. You have three ults when they only have beat. Right, so if you could bait out beat with at least one of your ultimates here and not fall to a pick, I feel like you can secure an overtime fight because you have 10 seconds left on the clock. Atlas just going to Wraith mode to the back, not fall. Uppo has to know their ult economy here. You have to be a little bit careful. Yep, you're going to drop the beat to get a little bit aggressive here. You force the beat with beat, which is huge. That's a great trade you want to make now because you hold off a little bit. You have Lycabuzz ult in the back line as well. You have one. He is going to trade off NH stuff. Both Lucio's going to fall for both teams, so you're still playing a little bit split, but a huge ult from Atlas. He gets right-click, though, but Fusic's going to be able to trade it off. Lycabuzz and Fusic are just cleaning up here with overtime. That's a team kill, and that's going to be Valpo sticking it here. 2 points, not going to be able to get the third one going into offense.
Yeah, that's huge. Keeping it only to 2 points. Now Valpo will only need to take the cart as far as .01 meter farther than what CSU did here. Obviously, you have to get to the second check, or through the checkpoint after capturing the first point, which isn't as easy as it sounds, because they did kind of get through all of the chokes except for the last one. So definitely some places for CSU to kind of put the foot down and dig in a little bit here. Valpo gonna look to hopefully get a little bit of a faster cap on that first point and have more time remaining. I think CSU had 4 minutes total, which isn't the worst, but definitely not the best. Valpo was able to continuously stagger somehow there at the beginning and get back to the point, even if it was just 2 players, and remain in this one. We're going to see Fusick on Winston. I don't know if he's actually going to play that or if we're just seeing it here in the beginning, but
he might just be trying to jump up and swap. Like that's why he's jumping back down. I think he's trying to time his jump and then swap midair. Yeah, there it is. He's trying to get Reinhardt up top so he can shield for one of his DPS. Yep, there's. Oh, almost got it. Come on now. I know the tech. See, I'm tapped in. Yeah, he's not gonna do it. Okay. I like the idea. I like the idea. But yeah, he's just gonna swap to D.Va. I mean, it's fine. You're not gonna have a mirror matchup this time though. Although you're mirroring the supports, you do have Ramatra, Mei, and Sojourn out of the top 3 for CSU, so we're not going to see another one. Ramatra E is going to be able to pull down Genji from trying to get on that wall. 20 health here in the back line. Yeah, any kind of freeze from is going to be huge. They're at least going to try and catch out a little bit too far as Lycabus got back, but looks like the healing is going to be a little bit too much. You don't have Mei Icicle, but not enough damage. Meepo falls as well in the back line for a couple quick headshots. NH Cool Stuff is just going to be forced back, and that's going to be a Valpo retreat early here. We're going to have to figure out. It is early enough that you haven't built a lot of ult charge that if you want to swap, you can swap. Yeah. Lycabus is going to swap to Hanzo here to give himself a little bit more range so we can play this, especially when you're playing into a Mei. It feels really bad to try and play Genji into Mei. Like, anytime you dive in, if Mei is stuck on the back line. So the swap here onto the other Shimada brother is going to be huge. You're going to force Mei Icicle out instantly. Ramatra is a little bit deep here. You have a lot of DPS, but it looks like Valpo's going to opt to just fight from the right side here. Meepo dropping down with Fusick. They're going to try and damage around this, and the quick punch there is going to be able to finish that out. Atlas creating a little bit of space with the Wraith mode as well. Backs up, gets the right click, and Valpo with a clean team fight 1 here. Fusick just jumping up to try and stagger anybody here as you have people capturing on this objective, and now Valpo taking an aggressive position, and that was the take that we wanted to see. Really early swap. You recognize what you needed to with their comp. They don't have time to swap with how long their spawn is, so you make the decision, you make the snap, and you get a quick capture right here, which is going to push you to 5 minutes on the clock going into this first objective.
It's going to be huge. First ult to come online might actually, funny enough, be the Hanzo ult when he swapped. So
the wall was huge there.
Putting in work. Yeah, going to find Alice, but I mean, you've kind of already grabbed that first one and unlocked the close spawns, so not going to be the end of the world yet.
Yeah, I think honestly, I saw Atlas's move right there is to step up there, make sure that they can't walk you down before getting this thing out. Right, and just get as much ult charge as you can. You die, right? It happens. But Lycabus already with the Hanzo ult, which in these corridors is genuinely like one of the best ults to have right now. So yeah, he's looking for anything. As you see immediately over the wall, that should be 1. That's at least going to be 1. Looking for 2 in the back line. They're going to try and dive this. That's going to be a second one set up right there. There are 2 to the right, 1 to the left. You're going to have to split this off, and yeah, Toucan is just going to stay there, try to stay alive, not stagger anything. And that's going to be a clean fight for Valpo off the back of that Hanzo ult. This Lycabus swap is still, proving to be giant.
Yeah, gonna have gates for both teams. Beat coming up very soon. Mei's Blizzard will be ready, and same with Overclock from Sojourn, and pretty much everything, except for the Hanzo ult should be coming up here, which is going to make for a messy situation to try and get to this point here and capture it. I assume CSU will look to probably dump 1 or 2 here to get this in the area. Good flank. But
that's nice. You pull out Mei Blizzard, or not Blizzard, but you pull out Icicle at least a little bit. We should see Blizzard coming out here a little bit because there's the Death Blossom over the top. Does get bumped out, but it's at least going to set up 1 kill. Mei does die, so you're not going to have the Blizzard. Lycabus gets the pick off from the corner, and there's the Ramatra ult coming from the side. You have to try and break line of sight here, and it's going to be huge. Ramatra gets bumped up a little bit, and Fusick sends a bomb into the back line for the remake. Does get the kill on Kiriko. Atlas finishes off Ramatra as well through the ult. and they are just going to chase down the rest of CSU. That's a triple kill for Atlas in the back. Not even not even with the Death Blossom. That's second objective, and now this time, yeah, you push up, you use TP on the top side, and you try to just delay them as much as they can with one person on point to see how fast you can try and clear this corner for Valpo. This is the best setup that you could ask for, quite frankly, outside of ult charge.
Yeah, they might be able to break back into
Oh
this
my
one
goodness,
because,
Lycabus with another pick.
Yeah, that's huge. Finding the Sojourn who had the overclock, or
yeah,
maybe it's
no,
overdrive.
you shut
I
down.
can never remember, but
You shut down another person with overclock, right? Another ult that's not going to be used. Yeah, Blizzard just has to be used early here, and you're going to see Atlas immediately. It got deleted by Fusick. It didn't even come out. Fusick actually deleted the May ult. That feels so rough for CSU.
Oh, and Lycabus
the ults
is
are
ready.
just not
Here
coming out.
comes.
Yeah, and this corner is just nasty. You're going to force everybody off. That's 2 kills for Valpo. It's going to be a 3v5. The overclock's popped for CSU, but it is just way too late. It's almost a clean team kill. All that's left is Diva on point, and that is going to finish off that round. Valpo going up 2-0 in the series against CSU in a pivotal series they need to win.
yeah, a huge one. We're gonna see play of the game. Hopefully it's Lycabus. I think he was going crazy and deserves it. I know he got the last one even. No, it's
2K.
actually gonna be 2K on the Sojourn. What was this? Is this in the?
Gotta respect it. Gotta
Was this
respect
the
it.
the beginning wipe?
Yes, yeah.
Their
This is
first
first
push.
defense.
Yeah. Which, you know, it went really well for them, so
Yep.
not
And,
surprised.
I feel like the clip didn't really capture because that was 2 more
Kinda-
kills right after that.
Kind of
but,
missed a portion of it, but that's, you know, that's Overwatch for you.
Yep, that's the Overwatch client that we're dealing with here. But no, that is going to be Valpo going up 2-0 in this series right now. We are going to take one more slight break in the booth here as we wait for our next map and next pick to come in, and we will catch you guys at the start of the next map. And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, for the start of our map 3 of this Varsity Valpo Overwatch versus CSU. We're going to be moving into Junkertown, right? Valpo being up 2-0 right now, so hopefully this is match point, right, for all the marbles. And Valpo with the roster swip, they are going to swap up
L.
Yeah,
for,
L for like a bus.
Like a bus.
I also
feel
said
like
swip.
Not
a word.
crazy. Does L usually come in for Atlas? I feel, or am I crazy? No, I think we've seen both.
Yeah, because L plays a lot of hit scan as well. Like that's kind of the swap up is we can run double flex with like a bus Atlas, right? And double flex is really strong. But if we want to run like a hit scan like Junker Queen,
just gonna ignore the message from
Crossing Clover. My tank said if I win, I get to touch him. All right, brother. Hey,
Widow.
Whatever it takes.
Normal Widowmaker player.
Yeah, whatever it takes, Crossing Clover. Whatever it takes. That's what I say. Is you're gonna see Fusick on the ball that we like to see. Whee! Just kind of spin around a little bit there.
Though. We're in November, buddy.
Yeah, no, it's Christmas time, buddy.
Yeah.
We enjoy Thanksgiving for the meals, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm one of those people that starts Christmas way too early. Is Crossing Clover. Looks like he's locking in to try and touch his tank because that is the first pick of the game. NH Gustav going to be able to fall. Wooyoung is not banned anymore, so you're going to see Valpo on Wooyoung, but that is just 3 down for the side of Valpo. They're going to be forced back a little bit. They're not really finding any successful picks, especially playing the range game. I like that you have the Soldier, but it's kind of rough when you have... It's rough playing Soldier as a hit scan into 2 burst-heavy range players, right? Like, that's Widow Freya. So Soldier likes to have the space to kind of sustain as a quick flick right there for Freya. It's immediately going to delete Atlas before he can even recall. It's just rough trying to play that comp, and I feel like we've seen this issue before on Junkertown as well with this exact comp, which is kind of funny. But we'll see if they make some swap. It's still really early in the match anyway, so I'm not too worried right now.
Yeah, but CSU has reached the first point and will have 5 minutes to continue pushing ability to get more time in this game mode as opposed to the hybrid that they just played. So good to see Fusick running way back, possibly looking to swap off the hamster. Yeah,
he's really close to ult as well, so you're gonna take a big chunk on ult damage if he just Sigma. Yeah, I mean you're taking literally a whole chunk, but if that's the swap, that's the swap, right? You just got to do it now. It's rather do it now than waste another fight and waste another objective, right? Because that is already a halfway 2-second objective here that they're trying to play Toucan, and they have such a big high ground here. You're gonna go the Sigma mirror to try and walk around, but Valpo just has to be careful they don't get picked, right? Like especially you have to try and escort Atlas around this corner. The rock is gonna land first for CSU, and then immediately the Sigma ult's gonna pop off. That's gonna finish off L right there with the flex. Valpo is fighting a little bit low. Sigma's still a little bit alone on point. It is gonna eat the rock though, so a bit rough. Gates are going to open for the backside of CSU as they're going to try and push up a little bit, try to stop Atlas from diving in. Meepo's going to get hit with the rock and fall, and Valpo is still really low. You're going to have the Wooyoung ult pop off, but not going to be in range to be able to get to this Widowmaker. The rock is hit, but the cleanse is going to be so huge if Fusick doesn't find the pick. That's another clean sweep right there from CSU, and Valpo has just not been able to find their footing yet.
Yeah, L did switch off a Soldier onto the Reaper. And we're going to actually see Fusick swap again. He's going to move on to Doomfist. So maybe Hazard. Maybe they're looking to go full dive here and just cut the Sigma out of the equation. Roadhog? Okay.
Interesting.
Who are you even looking to pull in?
Widow Freya Wooyoung.
Yeah, but how are you gonna get? I guess that's how you're gonna get Wooyoung.
Yeah,
he's just gonna stand there.
That's what we're looking for.
I was thinking, how are you gonna get to Widow or Freya? They kind of have the ability to move around, but
it's one of those things where I'm gonna be honest.
Play up there.
Yeah, like with the space that they're playing at, I feel like Fusick sees the angle to pick Roadhog, right? Like if you, because he was getting on Widow with Sigma, right? Like when you're getting on Widow with Sigma, if you can get on Widow with Roadhog, it's even better, right? So you just kind of, I think Fusick's made the change where he's like, I'm not going to change how I'm playing the tank, I'm just going to change the tank and play the same way, because a quick hook right there, surprised that didn't land, honestly.
On someone, yeah.
Yeah,
whole
but
team.
Air dive to the back. Atlas as well on the Venture, just going to dash up to the top right. And although you're going to drop one, Fusic picks up at least a trade, so you're going to go DPS for DPS here, and you're playing to the back. Graviton Flex is going to be able to pick up Fusic, but only Fusic. Cross Clover is going to use the space, though, to kill Atlas, pick up the quick health right there, and you are just playing into a whole world of hurt in that bottom side with the Reaper swap from Widowmaker, right? The moment they saw Roadhog, you immediately swapped the DPS, and now it's going to be a weird play. You have Swiss up to be able to get out of this as L is back up on the map now, so you play at least a little bit around the corner. But Valpo again, you know, I love saying this, but they are on the back foot, so you gotta try and play for at least a little bit of a pick here. Roadhog looking for some kind of hook, not gonna be able to find it, but Atlas does find the first pick. Freya falling down for CSU. Valpo gonna be able to play a 5v4. Atlas still in the back line here, not gonna have to pop the ult though, because you're gonna trade 2 for 1. Although you do die, you set up your team for success here, because that's just gonna be a clean wipe here for Valpo, and you didn't blow any ultimates.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be up on ult.
All 5 coming up here.
You gotta just pop ult first, I feel like. Obviously, they don't know where Sigma is on ult, right? They kind of have a general idea, so I get if you kind of just play this 5 for 5, but I feel like your win con here is to pop ult first, especially when you have Wuyong Venture ult like up, right? Like having Wuyong Venture is just dirty because you just have a consistent dive in as Roadhog almost going down. The gates are going to open up for CSU, and the Wuyong ult is going to be popped on Reaper here. It's at least going to knock Sigma off the high ground. You have to back up a little bit. You have so much range. Yeah, you see the Reaper TP in the back line. Here comes the Sigma ult as well coming out the back. L dies before going to be able to pop. Same for Atlas. No ults are popped for the side of the DPS of Valpo. Fusic does pop his ult. Same for NH Cool Stuff, but that's just going to be a clean sweep, and all of Valpo falls as they gonna have to stagger onto this last point. Yeah,
I don't think they can even contest, unfortunately. I don't think Venture's gonna be fast enough.
Oh, you have to dash. Yeah, they do get on. Here comes the ult as well, but NH Cool Stuff instantly falls. Valpo falls, or excuse me, Atlas falls as well before being able to get that ult off. All that's left is L on point, but it just gets completely eaten by Sigma. There's not much you can do there. The quick hole is at least gonna get you a consolation prize with the kill on Wuyong, but now Valpo is gonna be fighting for 3 objectives.
Yeah, you're going to have to push this all the way for Valpo. I think the soldier pick just needed to be abandoned sooner. It didn't really hold its ground there on the first push. Not really able to shred through the shield like a Bastion would have at that point. I probably just rather have the turret to go through the Sigma shield, but even then, Bastion, so immobile, would have been on top of or been shot by a Widow, not able to probably deal with the Freya and the Widowmaker to get into any kind of cover. So just not the best. I like the idea to swap back to Venture Reaper. It's worked really well even when it wasn't L. Having the Venture and or Reaper out there. I know Atlas was the one playing both, but we're actually going to see them move over to Freya and just mirror pretty much exactly what was happening on the other side. We're going to see a Baptiste come out of CSU, which is something I think I could say this one without lying. We haven't seen anyone play Baptiste all year.
Yeah, I really like Baptiste here. Baptiste is my that's my second most played support. Baptiste on Junkertown is so nasty.
So much
it
to
is
jump
just
to.
You have so many jumps. Invuln is Lamp is obviously one of the best abilities in the game. It's the reason why Baptiste is played for the most part. You have Lamp and you have hit scan, right? Like your DPS is a lot higher than a lot of supports if you can land your shots. And you just have so many spaces, as you're going to see. He's just going to be bouncing up and down left and right with the Freya also jumping over the wall. You can take a lot of safe peeks for burst damage, right? And I feel like that's a name of the game for CSU's comp right now is Atlas going to jump down to this back. Going to be able to try and find a soldier over here just to peek out a little bit. Obviously, you have a lot more range, so Atlas, they're trying to play keep away, but Meepo playing really strong in the back line, just trying to layer up a couple of headshots. L as well, looking for the click. You see Baptiste in the back. Yeah, you're looking for this right click. You're going to be able to get one stick there, but Atlas does fall for the first one, the kill on the right. You have to carry your supports, though, as Crossing Clover just finds the second kill right there, and Valpo's push has been almost completely killed. Wuyong jumping as well. The Rock tried to bounce it off the corner, just going to hit the side, not going to be able to pick off that soldier, and now you're kind of just walking to the back. Really nice sidestep on the Rock right there, being able to dodge that, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. You have the healing boost from Wuyong, so you're going to be able to get out without hitting their stick on L is almost going to be able to take him out, but you are at least going to be able to return a stick. And now Valpo back to 5v5. You have a lot of ults. You're going to be able to get, Freyos on both teams are going to be able to get ult first, which makes sense even though there hasn't been a lot of elims to pop her passive. Right, yeah, you have the ult immediately out of Toucan, so I wouldn't be surprised if they throw the bola early, especially if you find a pick on the right side. Right, bola is really, really nice as well for diving. I feel like you don't have to hit it for ult. Yeah, they're going to shoot backline. Not going to be able to hit anything, but it might be enough to just zone out Fusic. Fusic getting cleansed there, though, so they're going to stay alive. But Atlas, with another dive in the backline, is just not going to be able to find it. The gates are going to be open for Meepo, and there's immediately the Wooyoung Wolf. Valpo is looking to get active right now. They're going to be able to trade one and to get this lamp out as well. So no lamp in the backline. The stick is almost going to be able to take out Freya. Fusic finishes off that, and Valpo is going to have a successful fight here. Now you're just looking to push in the back. Almost a crazy 180 rock right there. Almost hit him with the rock, but Atlas, really, really nice follow-up in the back. That's going to be a trade, and that's going to be a stagger for Valpo as well, so they shouldn't be able to contest this, at least going into, 1/4 of this objective, as now they're pushing this back. And, I mean, at that point, it's the question of, do you even want to contest it past 1/4? I don't think you do.
Atlas in here in the back line doesn't have ult yet, but I mean, they have no idea, surely, at this point. They still don't know. Okay, now they finally figure it out, but he's going to be on top of everyone. Just going to bait out the lamp. Actually baits out the Sigma ult. Will catch Fusic, but I mean, that's not really going to do much to a full health tank with both supports going, so.
Yep.
Bit of a trade there, and here we go.
Oh, they're just looking to pick out. Yeah, they're just looking to pick out Sigma here. I think they open. Yeah, they open up Sigma here. Here's with the Wooyoung ult as well, going to be able to get the knockdown. It is going to be a positive trade for CSU, but Valpo's teammates are back now, right? So you use two ultimates. Baptiste does get the pick, and that pick on Meepo is actually going to slow him down a lot. Now, I mean, you're sitting on 3 minutes, pushing this objective. I feel like you're still fine. Your ults are looking a little bit weird. I mean, you're going to be going 2 ults for close to 3 ults. I mean, it's going to be 3 ults for 3 ults. Meepo and Toucan are about even. It's just more so that it's a really nice bola in the back line. They're going to open up gate as well just to open it. That's going to be gate visor. So if L can stay down, L just peeks out a little bit too far there, and it's going to fall across in Clover and Nebby, and then, visor is immediately going to take out Freya there. You're just going to have to, or not Freya, but NH Cool Stuff, and now you're just playing this tank versus tank in the backline. The shields are just going to be huge to try and block these healing, what are they called? Oh, I forgot the name of it.
I don't know.
It's healing something.
I know the other one. I don't know these ones.
Yeah.
I know his Kunai is.
Oh, yeah.
But not the, I don't know what the heals are called.
I feel so, my fault.
They just look like tickets.
God, I'm such a mess up as a caster. I don't know the name, man.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out, but
You're washed, huh?
I genuinely am washed, dude. I'm tripping over words. I don't know the name of the papers anymore. It's so sad as 3 immediately fall for the side of Valpo. The bowler right there is going to be able to pick up 1, and then the other 2 are just finished off from the residual damage. 4 down, and all that's left is NH Cool Stuff. Another push has just been completely killed on the back of 1 ult, and Valpo having to just regroup. At least NH Cool Stuff didn't die, so you don't have a stagger. You can just kind of regroup and refight.
Yeah, gonna have Gates ready and the Wooyoung ult, so all they have on the opposing side will be Sigma, so as long as a large chunk of them don't get caught by this, because I assume they'll look to delay with it, they should be fine. Here it comes. It will grab Sigma. I'm not sure if it grabbed anyone else. It grabbed Wooyoung, but here we go. Wooyoung ult pop. They're gonna look in.
Knock down Sigma.
Sigma down, but then it's just in reverse. The damage might be there. Lamp comes down, but they're just going to have to keep backing up. Valpo is gaining plenty of space at the moment. Gates popped as well.
I like this. This is your shot to be able to get a kill. You do get stunned in the back, though. Atlas goes up a little bit too far, but a really nice... the Wooyoung ult caught L just on the edge, and that's actually going to even the fight out. You have the Gates, but Valpo just stepped up a little bit too far and then got picked off, and now the fight's completely gone. You had the 2 picks early, but I mean, now that Soldier's back, you just don't have the DPS to be able to finish it off, even though you have the 2 supports. Is the Rock going to be able to block that with the barrier at least? And then here comes the Visor from the backside trying to look for something. He is going to ult the Soldier right there, and that's going to be huge. L actually picks off that kill there, and then the Rock on Sigma is going to be able to pull him off a little bit. He has to use Vortex, which is a really nice cooldown because now you have L's ult, right? No Vortex up for like another 6 seconds. You have L ult. If you can pick off Sigma right there, that's going to be giant. Yeah. Now you can just hold it for next ult. That's big. or hold it for next play. Excuse me.
Yeah, and they'll get this extended time at 25 seconds, a little lower. But gonna have a minute 53 to take this the rest of the way. They can't let it go anywhere but the distance because that will be a CSU win. So gonna need to push it all the way. Freya ult coming close at about 90% for CSU, but both DPS ults almost ready to go for Valpo. It'll be huge. See how they could use this high noon to really...
That's a lot of damage on Sigma right there. Almost dropping low. Gonna have to use Lamp and Vortex, which is giant. Because now if you want to open up with Deadeye, you can fire. Yeah, he's pinging Deadeye. He wants to open it up. He just has to make sure he doesn't get interrupted by Sigma Rock. Fusic creating a lot of space in the backline, but the stick from Freya is going to be too much. He just stepped up a little bit too far, got bursted. Now, Atlas still playing in this right. You do have the healing boost in the shot, so you're going to be okay for the burst stick right there from Freya, but... I mean, now you're kind of back in the same spot because Lamp is going to be back up. Yeah, L drops. Valpo is kind of stuck. Fusic just walked up a little bit too far. Didn't anticipate the burst damage right there in the follow-up from Valpo.
Yeah, about 45 seconds remaining. Valpo has all ults plus Sigma. The early Sigma ult out of CSU going to be able to go into Wraith mode, so it's not actually really going to do anything.
Yeah, Window is going to be dropped, though, and Cross and Clover is just going to be able to shred, and it's cool stuff. You have to be careful peeking out this side now that Window is dropped. So that is another ultimate cooldown, at least, to only use one. So Valpo just cannot get picked right now until NH Cool Stuff gets back up on the map.
Yeah, they also need to not be scared to pop their ults at the moment. Only thing up, well, the Wu Yang ult's coming up, so they are probably going to be aware that that is in the area. Here we go
dropped
first.
on Atlas. Atlas with the TP in the backline, and hits 2 as well with the stun with the Death Blossom. That's a huge opener right there. You're going to use 2 ults, but that's giant in this last kind of fight. Atlas does drop the toucan, but you create enough pressure that Sigma is left alone. You're going to be able to get that pick off, and now there's 2 people left. Yeah, you're sitting with Graviton. You have
you
Flux.
can pull them off the point with this.
Yeah, you can at least create a little bit of space, and yeah, CSU is kind of just stuck in this back. You have Atlas with the Wraith mode as well, kind of pushing back to the spawn. He's going to be able to look, or CSU is looking for the right side here. Wuyong looking for some kind of pull, and then Graviton Flex is going to be able to catch 2, and one of them is the person with the Wuyong ult. Wuyong ult is going to be able to knock off Fusic, but here comes the gate. L be able to find one in the backline. He is going to die for that, though. It's going to be a 4v4 pushing onto this point. The gates are going to be open. Atlas takes it, but we see 9.
Oh.
Or no. Yeah, we see 9.
No.
We see 9. We see 9.
Oh my gosh,
goodness.
everyone was there except
Oh
one.
my goodness.
I guess there were 3 there, and
That one hurts.
3 stepped off.
Yeah, all 3 stepped off because Fusic walked up with the ult. And then once, I think once L got picked off, nobody was sitting on point. That feels so bad because that fight was very winnable.
Yeah, I think it was probably gonna be one.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a feel bad moment.
Yeah. You know, you take a sub in and you have a very rough start in that map, and they pull it almost all the way back. I mean, it was really just a small error there at the end that didn't take it to overtime to play the rest of that one out. So unfortunate, but Coach Bryce is going to be happy. No 3-0. His deal with his teams is if they 3-0 win, he buys them pizza.
Save a little bit extra money.
He's saving some money. We are going to cut to another little commercial here for you. This one might be a little more favored towards what we're doing here instead of just that Valpo propaganda we've been preaching. So we're going to cut to a short break, and then we'll be back with game number 4 soon.
My name is Keegan Thompson. I am a communications major here at Valparaiso University. I am a player on the Valpo Esports Super Smash Bros. Team, and I'm also a professional level esports commentator. I started just practicing Smash Brothers at home. I started going online, doing online tournaments, and Tristan Leonard, the lead director of the esports program here, reached out to me before I'd even heard about Valpo from back in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where I come from. And he asked me if I wanted to come here to play esports, so we set up a couple meetings, and I decided I would go for a visit. When I saw the esports lab, I just thought, whoa, this is cut above what I was expecting, actually. This is very cool. It got a very professional setup. This is a big program already. We have 50 plus players, 5 teams, and it's just growing. The growth and the momentum we're getting is absolutely just snowballing. The communications department is where I find myself. That's my biggest skill is being able to talk. And as a professional esports commentator right now, I want to improve those skills that I have and possibly break into professional sports, or if esports works out and I can do it full time, I would love to. But I need that skill work, that training here in order to break into that upper echelon, I think. Balancing my major with what I'm doing in esports actually isn't as difficult as what some people might think. As I commentate this game professionally, I can incorporate a lot of what I learned in the classroom to that aspect of broadcasting, which is really fun. I feel like I have a leg up on the competition in that regard. I love my residence hall. I'm in Lankenau right now, and my roommate's actually a member of the Rocket League team. So I go watch their matches. He cheers me on whenever we watch mine, and it's just a great connection we have there with all of our other teams. Everyone's so supportive of each other. Everyone relishes in each other's success. It's a great community. There's a lot of players here from a bunch of different esports that you can learn from. There's players that are probably going to be on your specific team that will be there for you whenever you need them, in or out of the game. And it's a fun environment to be a part of. Anytime you are here to work, you have a good time. And I can't think of any better reason than that.
And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, for the start of our map 4 of this Valpo Varsity Overwatch versus CSU. I'm your host, Diadem. I'm here with my co-host.
Chip.
And we are moving to Servaso, the Flashpoint. Obviously, love the speed, right? I mean, you can't complain about the speed of Flashpoint, and Valpo usually does well in a lot of these quicker maps. So we're going to see the comp kind of reflect that. I feel like, obviously, you're just getting a rollout out of L with Symmetra. You can't fool us. We know you're not playing that, champ. We know. As they're immediately going to roll out, we're probably going to see L swap to Reaper just for the TP. You're going to see Atlas on Venture, Fusic on Hazard. We've seen a lot of success with this team comp.
Oh, did not make it to the high ground. Not sure if that's going to be detrimental.
I don't know why that wall climb didn't work, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, it looks like Fusic is just going to try and trade that. You see the tank on the right. I mean, it's Wrecking Ball, so you can kind of just dive on the left side. And Meepo winning out a quick headshot right there on the Tracer. That's going to be a huge pick pushing onto this point, and Valpo has first advantage. I mean, obviously you win out on the speed, but I feel like every time this dude has picked Wrecking Ball, Valpo just doesn't care.
Yeah, you just ignore it.
He's just not applying enough pressure on the back to warrant the Wrecking Ball pick, if that makes sense. Like, obviously that can change, but I feel like Valpo is always winning out on these trades because Wrecking Ball is not threatening to kill. Every time Valpo just walks away from him, but there we go. There's a kill because Elizu immediately drives down Meepo, getting caught a little bit out of position here. Atlas being forced to dive under. That is a pretty big cooldown now, but you're going to see Cross Clover in the backline on this Tracer. That's going to be a quick right click from Toucan, and that's the opening that they needed because Valpo immediately falls down. L looking for some kind of trade in the back, but Fusic is still just kind of sitting on point, refusing to give this up. Obviously, it's Flashpoint, so these kind of holds are way more important than usually on a lot of capture points that we have because a hold like that usually means like, you know, an extra 3-4%, but on Flashpoint that's like an extra 10 to 12, right? Like that's the speed that we're operating at here. So Fusic knows that. He knows that he'd rather just die on point, contesting it a little bit, not give away the free pick, and there's no reason to kind of back up and worry about a stagger, especially with how quick the spawns are. Then you see Fusic immediately wall off and look for the pick on Lucio here. Lucio immediately going to get cleansed out, Tracer as well. They're going to trade cleanse for cleanse, and it's cool stuff, and Atlas just get bumped up to the right, and then a quick shot right there from the DPS, and that's going to finish off both of them. Valpo not really being able to find their footing right now, still getting pushed back, and this ball definitely made the change that we were looking for. Or at least, not what we were looking for, but what we were calling out. Yeah, what they were looking for, because immediately stuck a little bit. Team is playing a lot more of a closer proximity to this Wrecking Ball, not allowing Fusic to dive.
The Tracer is staying very close with the Wrecking Ball and getting them low, and then the Slam is just kind of putting anyone in the back line into that one-shot area, but Sojourn ult popped very early just to try and contest this. Going to be on 90%. Valpo going to take it to overtime, though. Gates also popped by Meepo, so going to be able to get in. There's a double.
There we go,
for
Meepo.
Another. Get ShamWow.
Get another one. Oh, Toucan with a flick right there before falling to Fusic, and Valpo being able to take that capture right
Stagger.
on a yeah, that's a huge stagger on ShamWow. He does have Swift Step, so it's less important than like a tank,
but still gonna have to use that to try and get up here, and someone is going to have to hold back for him.
Yep, that is going to be Wrecking Ball maybe tagging this point. The wall is going to knock him off a little bit, but he does tag for overtime. You do have the Tracer walking around the corner, and now they can try and play this. The beat is dropped for CSU. They're going to get the extra health and try to push in. Atlas is going to be able to keep Wrecking Ball off this side. Meepo on the back line. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Sit down! Meepo with the kill and the quick turn. NH Coolstuff with the double. Elizu's going to be able to trade that off, but that trade in the back line is going to be so huge for them finishing off this kill because ShamWow just falls, and all that's left is Wrecking Ball dashing around this point. Obviously, it is Wrecking Ball, so this is what Wrecking Ball does, but when you have Reaper in the push-off, that's going to be first capture for Valpo. A huge turn from Meepo, and that just shifts the complete tide of that fight.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy out of Meepo to find that. He had no business doing what he just did there. It's going to give Valpo the first point, obviously looking for 3 here. This is my favorite point. This is where the Lucios are going to come into play. You got to be careful about going to the side and getting booped off.
Yep. I mean, now you're playing up to the corner. You do get the boop, so you don't get the slide off, but the wall is going to be huge to at least get off 2 because Atlas pops ult immediately. L is going to be able to finish off 2. Meepo finishes off the 3rd. NH Coolstuff almost dies, but doesn't, and gets the boop from Wrecking Ball just to finish off that kill. All that's left is Tracer, and Tracer falls immediately afterwards, so I mean, you're talking like a 4-second. I feel like staggers are way less important on the side of CSU if you're not Sojourn. Right, like every other person on that team can get to the point very quickly, other than Sojourn.
Now
Sojourn,
Reaper, I guess Reaper can't really at this point with the swap.
Yeah, like you have TP, but it's just less useful, and Sojin can't really use like dash that quickly because it's such an important cooldown for her, like being able to play, because you're immediately gonna have the ball drop ult on point here. Atlas is gonna be able to at least destroy a lot of those mines to open up, but you have to be careful about Reaper in this backline here. Gonna force the Wraith mode out. L jumps up a little bit too far, is going to fall for that, and that's not gonna be able to be traded back off. Fusick is looking for the trade here. You're not gonna have to pop ult because the gates are gonna be open for the side of Valpo. Sojin getting pulled back. Hit a little bit. Atlas is going to be able to trade one. Fusick trades the second one. They're just so low in the back line, and it is Fusick cleanup crew in this corridor. Valpo with another one fight, 80% on the clock, and they are just looking to take this game.
Yeah, I don't know if they can really even contest this. Lucio's in the area trying to pull his team.
No, they're just walking the
going
third
the other
point,
way.
yeah.
They're going to look to get set up on point number 3 here before Valpo can.
Yep. I mean, you see the forward point. It's a good idea from CSU because you just don't have time to touch, right? So you are going to have first move here. You have to be careful. I think Valpo's point of entry is really rough if they try to get picked here, because CSU, just gets the natural high ground, being in the fact that they didn't get last point. So they are taking the smart decision. I like that. Don't try to force a fight. Just try to walk around the right side. Give yourself a little bit of space. You have a lot of ults to play with. You have L and Fusick with ult. NH Cool Stuff has beat as well. Atlas almost having ult. So you have a lot to play with in comparison to CSU. They're going to pop Overclock immediately to try and just make up for the fact that they don't have that. The beat is immediately going to drop for NH Cool Stuff, and they are just jumping to this backline. Fusick looks for something. The cleanse is going to be big to try and keep him alive. The ult, he nails 4 of them. Oh my goodness, it just shuts them down. They're forced off point. The cleanse is going to have to come out for CSU, but that's a huge cooldown being used because now they can just dive this backline. L and Alice pick off 2, and the rest of CSU is just forced away. Valpo takes control over this point, and that's going to be 10% immediately with 2 points. It is a 2-0 lead right now for this Flashpoint objective, and Valpo is just using tempo to their advantage.
Yeah, they saved the Death Blossom, and Gates just now coming up, so ult advantage not even going to be in
there's one
CSU's
back capping.
favor. Yeah, the back cap by the Reaper, but not going to really be able to get into it.
Lucio landing almost like 4 headshots right there, taking out L, but not going to be able to finish off that kill. Valpo is pushed back. There's the Hazard ult as well. The cleanse is going to be giant, though. It does miss Fusick, but Fusick, has the health to be able to take that out. You have to be careful. Here come the gates as well. They're looking to turn this. Meepo dashes back to the left side, and that's a lot of damage. Fusick going to be able to get the first kill. The ult is, or the TP is going to be in the backline, and oh my goodness, L finds the angle with the triple blossom, and all that's left is Hazard. L with the quadra kill in that fight. 80% on Flashpoint, and they're going to be lucky if they can even contest this. We're going to see if they jump back in time. They're going to have to speed back. Yeah, there's the Wrecking Ball swap. They have to just try and touch, but, I mean, you can see Fusick is trying to play around this corner, and they chose wrong. They actually walked to the wrong side. They thought they were going to go to the right, but they just came straight through the middle there. And Fusick now going to have to walk back. So this is the fight that they were looking for. Wrecking Ball almost gets shredded. The Death Blossom is going to be huge, and the cleanse is going to keep him alive. Atlas is going to be the first to fall. L drops as well. You're going to have no DPS for this fight. I don't know if Valpo wants to wants to try and blow anything else. You kind of just have to either get out or die, right?
Yeah.
You get out or die now, and that's going to be a clean team wipe. Honestly, best case scenario for them in that fight. Right, like you don't have any of your DPS. They got picked. They use DPS ult. The only thing you're worried about is gates, right? Like you have NH Cool Stuff's beat, but you don't have gates, which is extremely, extremely strong. So I think the fact that they all died pretty rapidly, though, is huge. And you're immediately going to pop the gates as well for the side of CSU. So Valpo just getting pushed back a little bit here. You have to be careful about getting picked. Fusick kind of stuck in a spot right there. Atlas being able to dive under the ground. Get a clear. It is 60% on the point, so CSU is in a good spot right now, but they're trying to Valpo's trying to just open it up on the left side, and you have the wall immediately tossed in to try and get some kind of slide. Fusick gets the beat, and there's the ult as well. That should be one pick on ShamWow. They are hindered. The second kill right there. L picks up the second. Wrecking Ball still in the corner. Lucio trying to just hit to the back, but I mean, overtime is chunking right now. Wrecking Ball be able to dash back on. That is the overtime. You have the shield as well from the augment. Hazard trying to look for that. There's both ults coming out for the side of the CSU backline. Or excuse me, that's one ult for the side of CSU backline. Meepo opens the gates for Valpo. They're just trying to play defense. CSU has delayed at least enough time for the rest of their team to come up because the overclock is alive, but Atlas gets off the pick on Reaper. That is going to be one DPS down, and the right click from Hazard. It's going to be giant. It takes one. Atlas picks up a double kill. All that's left is Wrecking Ball, and Wrecking Ball doesn't stand longer. Valpo with a clean 3-0 on Servasa to be able to take this series from a 3-2 deficit. Or 3-1 deficit, excuse me.
Yeah, we're gonna see the play. I figured it was gonna be L here. Just gonna be what we saw here at the end with this Death
Yeah,
Blossom.
the TP into Death Blossom
Death
was
Blossom.
dirty.
Yeah.
It's a nasty angle.
Gonna find that and then finish off the last one here. And get the 4K. Which will wrap it up for us here. Valpo taking that 3-1. They missed out on their pizza. Had some struggles at game number 3, but that does secure them the 2nd seed in the playoffs going into NECC playoffs. Just is good. They would make it either way, even if they did end up losing this one. But getting the better positioning is going to be great for them going into that. We do have a small update for the Academy Overwatch team. Unfortunately, they lost in the last game, so they lost 3-2, and it was 99-99 overtime.
Yeah, that's
And
a rough
they
one.
Unfortunately, lost that. There's still an opportunity for them to make the playoffs, but it requires some other teams to lose and things of that nature. So we'll see what happens there. But for us here in the booth, that's going to be it tonight. We will be back. Maybe not as frequently now since we've moved into the playoffs, but Overwatch has made it in. Our Rocket League team, #1 seed, undefeated season, made it in. So we'll have some games here and there for you. But thank you all.